Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. Yes, I'm sitting in my car because I was planning to do a video outside the restaurant I'm getting ready to head into, but it's getting ready to rain. It's Florida. It's going to get hot and sticky out there, so I'll have to just do this video in the car before I go in for all of us this week. So, if you're struggling with food and body image issues, I can probably put my money down that eating out is a difficult thing. And this video today is to talk a little bit about how to prepare yourself so even if it's difficult, you have a few tools going in. So my first suggestion is to actually take some time before you go into the restaurant, whether that's the night before, the morning of, and think a little bit about what is it you feel like is going to happen if you eat foods that you haven't prepared or you don't know what's in it. Because the matter of the fact is, unless you have some kind of food intolerance or allergy to either some particular food product or even, unfortunately, maybe some kind of additive, the likelihood of anything bad happening to you, i.e. blowing up, is very unlikely. When I say blow up, I mean most people believe that the restaurants have an agenda to make you gain weight, when really, if we think about it, their only goal is to make food that you really like, so you tell your friends that you really liked it, and they come to the same restaurant. So their goal really isn't to overuse any one ingredient, say fats or sugars or salts, but to make the food as appealing as they can without diminishing the overall product. So I just want you to think about that your same stir fry that you might make at home, if you got it at a restaurant, they don't have an agenda to make it extra high fat, to scare you, to make it a food that you're going to gain weight on that day. So I want you to think about that a little bit. Earlier today, I was working with a client and we were talking about this same issue. And, once we move past some of the cognitive fears around, like, I don't know what's in the food and it'll make me feel out of control. And we did some of the food rules and some of the food fears, and what we discovered, it really wasn't about what's in the food. It's more about feeling the uncertainty of something she didn't know anything about. And so we looked even deeper into that, into what in her life at this point is happening. And there are several places of, I can't control this, and I have to feel the fear and the frustration of, I can't control or know what's going to happen in the future with this circumstance. So as we decoded deeper, it really wasn't about like what's in the food, what's not in the food. It's, this is something I can hold on to and make scary. So those were the first steps, and obviously that was a 3-step process there. What I would also say is that even if you know all this, you still might have some moved around emotional fear energy in your body, and oftentimes what we might need to do is take some time prior to going to the restaurant to get really grounded and to feel safe in our bodies. So I don't recommend that you maybe do that as you're getting ready to eat, but take some time in the car before you get out of the car to go in the restaurant. Do this before you go home. I will put some links down at the bottom here for some of my guided meditations I use for finding a safe space in your body, as well as grounding. 2 meditations that help people quite a bit prior to going to restaurants to feel like it's safe to go in. They can trust that it's going to be okay, and even trust themselves, their bodies, and the experience. So those are my tips for today for eating in circumstances where you feel very uncertain and even scared about it and actually are freezing in doing it or putting it off. I don't recommend doing that because it's never going to get easier unless you do these challenges. So definitely visit the links below for my guided meditations that are linked to the spots on my website where they exist. And please let me know either in the comments below or even send me an email at tracybrownrd@gmail.com for, if you tried any of these things, what the outcome of these experiments was. So I highly recommend that you habituate to eating out, making it less scary, and doing it often to keep practicing this. So until next time, peaceful eating.